Welcome to SHI'ßböX. Here's your host. Ho, 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 yeah! Ho, 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 yeah! Ho, yeah, everybody! Welcome to SHI'ßböX, the #1 spot for all things Xbox. We, of course, here present you everything Xbox in a completely unbiased, totally unfiltered, raw. Of course, you know we likes to give it to you raw, uncut, uncensored, straightforward, uninfluenced, and unbiasedly influenced by anything else pertaining to things not Xbox. Welcome to the show. We've got a great one for you today. Okay, so we've got a show for you today, and man, hold on to your hats because it's the holiday season, and man, if there is one thing that we need to do an episode on this holiday season, it's probably not this. But anyhow, we'll reenact how we figured out that we're doing an episode on this by reenacting how we found out we're doing an episode on this. Alright, so we're sitting there. It's our fucking day off, right? As every day should be. We're sitting there and we're totally, just kicking it. We do happen to have one of our most favorite Spider-Man cups, right? And it's like, SHI'ßböX, Spider-Man ain't Xbox. Can't be all things Xbox, motherfucker. It's like, whoa! Just happens to be our favorite cup. All right, so we're sitting there, completely unbiased by our Spider-Man cup. Oh, the sweet nectar of Spider-Man. We're ready to sling some webs, all right. Oh, wait, who's giving us a call? Don't they know we're busy trying not to do stuff? What do you want? Huh? An episode on what? Oh, that's dumb. Oh, I guess. No, even if I did have another idea, I wouldn't tell you, because I don't like you. That's how we talk to our manager. Anyhow, so we're doing an episode on Phil fucking Spencer. All right, yay. Way to go, management. What a great idea. Episode on Phil Spencer. Now, don't get us wrong. We love Phil Spencer. He saved our Xboxes from having to go through the trials and tribulations of being a giant piece of shit. And it obviously is not. He has single-handedly saved that company from completely going under and just screwing itself over with mistake after mistake after mistake in its production line, in its game line, in its thoughts and visions for the future. When Phil Spencer came and took the reins and was up at the helm, in fact, we'll reenact it, all right? So this is, again, this is going to be a little bit of conjecture, maybe a little bit of liberties taken with how we perceive it to have potentially gone down, right? And so, we'll just kind of go from there, okay? So, Xbox is sitting there, right? And they're, just really kicking it, and they're like, oh, man. Oh, did you hear they hired some dude named Phil? Yeah. Oh, I sure did. Man, are you going to do any work under him? I don't know. I'm going to continue doing what I've been doing. So you got the, regular Xbox employees at the time. They're making phone calls, right, to people. They're like, oh, yeah, this is Xbox. Pick up. And gamers are like, what the fuck? I gotta connect my goddamn internet to this shit to talk to whoever the fuck's calling me on a constant connection? SHI'ßböX, everything's internet connected now, motherfucker. What are you talking about? It was a problem at the time, apparently. People don't care about that anymore. Oh, so they connect their internet and they're like, hello? What do you want? I'm trying to go play my PlayStation. And this was before PlayStation even had motherfucking haptic feedback, right? Where, it was like, haptic feedback! Experiencing the games and being in the games and shit, alright? So, people were, still just trying to play their, PS4s and stuff like that. But, Xbox called them, they're, put down your PlayStation. Why don't you try our Kinect? It's really good. It comes in at $500. And then, they were like, fuck no! And then they hung up on him and they're like, oh, fuck. Oh, man. Phil, you got your work cut out for you because I keep getting hung up on by fucking gamers telling me fuck no to the Kinect and everything. I don't get it. And so Phil comes in the office, right? Day one. And he's probably, okay, and now we'll just, okay, we're going to have to reenact how Phil came in day one to lay down the law, okay? And, okay, so just hang tight. So, Phil Spencer comes in, okay? And he's like, Phil Spencer, and it's time to lay down the law. Let me get on this horn. Hey, marketing and tech development. You departments both pick up at the same time. And it's like, marketing and engineering tech departments for Xbox here. Fuck the Kinect, you're all fucking fired. Huh? Then he, probably like hung up on him and stuff, and they were sitting there flabbergasted and stuff. They're there, and they're like, hey guys, I think we're fired. Just finish those couple hundred Kinects that you're working on. Surely he didn't mean to stop making those and take them out of production. Everyone loves the Kinect. They just don't know it yet. And then Phil, he's, back in his office and stuff, and he's like, oh, well, it's been good laying down the law. I better start buying a bunch of fucking hoodies. Because that's what we need to spend money on. Studios and hoodies. In fact, if I buy 3 game studios, I get 1 hoodie free. Let me buy 300 game studios. I need a lot of fucking hoodies. Okay? And so, like we said, with a few liberties taken, okay, a little bit of conjecture, that could be approximately how it went down when Phil first took the reins, okay? Now, single-handedly, him getting rid of the trajectory they were on and starting to invest into things like acquiring other game studios and actually getting some fucking games on the system and the platform, right? He started implementing Netflix-like aspects and features to the Xbox itself. Hence, Game Pass and everything that has grown and evolved into what it is today. What, SHI'sböX? You better just keep shouting out that monthly subscription. Oh yeah, at SHI'sböX, we loves paying our monthly subscription, right? To Game Pass, we loves it. Otherwise, we wouldn't be able to try all these indie games that we get to rent, in essence, from them, right? And they add stellar hits like Overwatch 2, okay? Now, they've actually added some other good stuff, and it's finally in the payoff season, right? They got some Indiana Joneses in there, and they got some Stalker 2s in there, right? So they have been steadily adding stuff, and that's when the subscription pays off, motherfuckers! Right? When those ones hit. Otherwise, you're just kind of waiting for those games to hit and you're playing something like, your PlayStation, And this is a little segue, right? Like, usually we would be playing our Xbox while waiting for these games to come out. And, like, now they're out, but we would play them and such. But, like, a month or two ago and stuff like that, really we'd just be sitting with, like, our, PS5 and stuff and be, rocking that haptic feedback, right? And just having a good time with it. Because, it's like one of the best technologies in, like, controller, tech that is out there on the market and such, right? So we just really enjoy it. Just a personal thing. But now that those games are out, that subscription fee is more and more worth it, right? And you might be saying to yourself, like, SHI'sböX, that subscription fee's always worth it for Xbox, motherfucker! It's like, that's right. That's right, it is. But let's get back to Sir Phil. So Sir Phil, man, acquiring the game companies, man, developing the Game Passes, man, getting the right people in the right spots and making the right choices of which hoodie to wear on what day, right? So it's been going stellar. And you look at points in time, like now with Indiana Jones being out and Stalker 2 being out on the system, okay? And you have, things that have started to be forgotten about. Your Starfield releases that, hit highs and low points and stuff like that. Maybe a little bit of mixed good and bad. You have other titles that, had their ups and downs as well, man. You had bigger releases from some of the other big acquisitions they've had when Diablo 4 hit and everything like that, man. You know, they're bringing everything in the right direction, man. Getting it all under one roof. Now with the talk of, you know, moving to have your library on your cell phones, to your laptops, to your, you know, Xboxes themselves, to, you know, whatever you're playing games on, your iPads or tablets or, you know, little external devices, it doesn't matter. They have a vision, they have a goal, and they have all this stuff that they're doing, okay? Now, where we might rattle a few chains, okay? And we're not afraid to do that here at SHIßböX, okay? We love Xbox. We're all things Xbox. But sometimes when you love stuff, you have to give it some tough love. Sometimes you have to give it some real tough love. In our case, sometimes we pick a SHIßböne with it, all right? So there's definitely some stuff that has transpired over the last couple years that Phil Spencer's been running the show and writing the ship and stuff like that, to where we can't really fault him, because the only real fault he has is maybe wearing the wrong color hoodie that doesn't match his shoes and stuff, but that's more of a, like, you know, fashion faux pas, and probably just gets joked out, you know, joked about at the office and stuff behind his back. Like, did you see Phil wore a fucking, you know, green hoodie with orange shoes? It didn't even look good. He looked like a fucking Irish leprechaun or something. I don't know. That could be something that they say. We don't know, okay? The fact is that, you know, it's not really his fault that some of this other stuff is happening, but at the same time, you know, he gets all the good praise and stuff like that. Maybe there is some short-sightedness on some stuff that we have to mention and bring up. It's like, SHIßböX, don't do it. No, you're going to sound like Dreamcast guy talking shit on Xbox. It's like, no. Dreamcast guy might be our rival. Okay? He doesn't know he's our rival. That's okay. He's all things PlayStation. We're all things Xbox. We're natural rivals. Okay? We just need to rival his brilliance in learning how to sell our old devices to our significant others and loved ones for full fucking price, so that we can, you know, get a PS5 Pro for on the cheap. That's a different thing. Okay? Phil Spencer, he gets all the praise and all the glory, all right, for stuff Xbox. But there's some stuff that's been happening, all right, that needs to be talked about. That we can start pointing fingers at who's at fault. And inevitably, they all point to whoever's in charge, okay? Now, we're not going to say it's Phil Spencer at the top, because he surely can, you know, he can blame someone else under him. It doesn't matter. The point is that there is some oversight that they said they weren't going to do that maybe, perhaps, needs to be done. Oh, SHIßböX, you said it. You rattled those chains. You picked a SHIßböne with all ones of the viewers. Hi, Mom. So, what do we mean by maybe they need some more oversight from a hands-off approach? Well, if you remember, man, they were acquiring all these game studios and stuff like that and saying, hey, we're going to leave them to their own devices. We're going to let them kind of do their thing. We're going to let them just report back in, keep a timeline, man, get stuff to drop whenever and however it does, when it does, XYZ, right? Okay? Now, we're not saying that there is little to no oversight over what's going on in these studios, but maybe there's not enough oversight from someone being in charge. It doesn't have to be Phil Spencer, okay? SHIßböX, the episode's supposed to be about Phil Spencer. I don't know. Who cares? It's whoever, man, is failing to provide some oversight that knows shit about fucking games, because they have had far too many releases on the negative aspect, on the, you know, negative side, with some horrible choices, decision-making, gameplay, mechanics, issues, bugs, glitches, dilemmas, whatever, okay? Why don't you cite some examples, bitch? No! There's been a lot of releases, man, that they have done that have failed to meet expectations. And when you are in the ecosystem and have bought into Phil Spencer's direction and model and vision, which is phenomenal and great, Game Pass is phenomenal and great, okay? When you buy into that and you're in that and you're shelling out that monthly subscription to Game Pass, right? You want there to be a good enough return on the things that are hitting that service. And when games were in development and the studios were acquired, that was one thing, right? You let them kind of finish what they're working on at the time and stuff like that. Let them kind of release what they were doing, okay? Now, we don't know how hands-on or hands-off Xbox has been and Microsoft has been and Phil Spencer has been with these studios and letting them report back to them with their game builds and where they were at in development and things of that nature, okay? But there are some of these games that have been filtering out and coming down the pipeline, man, that, you know, just seem like, man, they really seem to be a little more pandering games than actually games for people who utilize and enjoy the service, right? You got your releases that just failed to meet all expectations, right? And, you know, you might be saying, like, SHI'sböX, a lot of games don't have to be good. And it's like, yes, but when you are renting them monthly on Game Pass, you want to have some good games, okay? If you're spending $20 a month for 12 months, and in that 12 months you get one good game, okay? Maybe two, like good games, your Stalker 2s, your arguably Indiana Joneses, okay? Things like that. SHI'sböX, there's other games too, all them indie titles, motherfucker. Yes, okay? But do those indie titles go on sale for $1 on Steam, for $2 on Steam? You're renting them for $20, motherfucker. Oh, no, you ain't talking shit on me, SHI'sböX. Whoa! We're rattling chains. We're picking scheisse bones. Okay? These indie titles that are so great, you end up getting for free on fucking Epic. Or you end up getting for free from Amazon Gaming. Okay? Now, we're not saying shelling out that monthly subscription to Game Pass isn't worth it, because you get great titles like Overwatch 2. And you get great perks like a fucking charm to a weapon in a game you don't fucking play. Alright? Those are phenomenal. Or you get a cosmetic sticker for fucking that Warner Brothers fighting game that you don't fucking play. The perks are there. The incentives are there. You get 30 mythic prisms to Overwatch 2 that you can't buy a fucking goddamn mythic skin with. You can buy a shader for one, motherfucker. Whoa! Ho, 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 ho! Color my Torbjorn and call me Diva. The point is that, you know, as the service has grown and as the price has increased and as the expected good game releases have maintained an equal good-bad rating, man, where you're getting a bunch of bullshit and a couple good hits. That's the wrong way, SHI'sböX. Okay, a bunch of bullshit and a couple good hits. Okay, it's been balanced. Okay, it's been that. But as the price increases and you're still only getting one or two hits, man, you might be better off waiting for those one or two hits, buying them at full price, still picking up any of those indie gems or titles, okay, on deep discount Steam sales, things of that nature, and or giveaways at some point in time or another. All right? SHI'sböX, you best not be dissuading people from using Game Pass and Xbox, motherfucker. Whoa, we're not. We love Game Pass and shelling out our monthly subscription. But it's getting to the point where we need to kind of address the oversight that Xbox is lending and giving to these fucking releases that are coming out, okay? They cannot afford to continually be pumping out bullshit. And that's what they have been doing in a lot of regards. Name some examples, dumbass. No! We're not going to, because they're all arguable, okay? Well, then how are you going to back up your point, motherfucker? We're going to back up our point with a broad swath generalization, okay? That's dumb. Okay? Then it's dumb. You got good, you got bad. We're not saying there's not good. We're saying that as the price has increased, our demand for betterness in games is increasing as well. And the price hasn't increased once. It hasn't increased twice. We've had like 4 or 5 fucking price increases in the time that we have been subscribed members to Game Pass. All right? The 1 or 2 games we're getting has stayed the same. We're getting 1 or 2 okay games. All right? We're getting 1 great game here and there. All right? 2 great games. And then we're getting a lot of bullshit. And then we're getting games that have these inherent problems and flaws and issues that are masked and hidden from the subscribing members of fucking Game Pass. You got all of this hype and shit around Call of Duty Black Ops 6 when it comes out, right? And we genuinely were having a fantastic time with that game. We didn't like the continual, way that they patch out and update their game because they do more replacement file and stuff versus just like, a patch to fix. But that's fine. However, they need to work on the game or fix it and make it better, more playable. Okay, more fun, whatever. But you got all of these fucking issues that are known at this point, okay? Now, we haven't seen the coding and we're not professional, so disclaimer, we could be wrong, it's our opinion, but holy shit, the time to kill in these fucking matches and shit is absurdly ridiculous, okay? Absurdly ridiculous. To the point where it is definitely skill-based damage that is inherently running rampant throughout the game and makes it, in hindsight, a big waste of our fucking time. Not one that we want to play anymore. Not one that we want to return to. We don't give a shit anymore. Because in hindsight, we know the matches where we were plugging people, right? And they wouldn't fucking go down. And we also, in hindsight, know the matches because we're not good. And that's the difference between us and a lot of other gamers and stuff out there. It's like, oh, we're the best at a fucking game, right? We don't fucking care. Okay? We're from the old school bragging rights on the fucking playground days and shit. Where you just told people you beat Mario. Who gives a shit? Okay? Where's all your trophies and games and your unlocks and your golds and your platinums, motherfucker? Dude, believe it or not, we beat Super Mario Brothers on One Fucking Life multiple times. Okay? The original. Koopa castles and all. Yes, with warps. We beat Mario Brothers 2. We beat Mario Brothers 3, unlocked the P-Wings, and gone through it 12 dozen times. Alright? Other people have too. And it's old school gamers. I don't need a fucking trophy to tell me that I beat Mario Brothers on one man. You either believe us or you don't. We don't care if you don't. And that's the difference, okay? There were no accolades and things of that nature that people gave a shit about. There were no trophies and all of that, okay? None of that matters. It's a digital trophy. Congratulations. You're better at the game than everyone else. Whee! Okay? Now, I'm not saying you can't take pride in, it's fantastic to be good, all right? We wish we were better. We can just be cognizant enough to admit we know we're not the best. We love games for playing games. We love music for listening to music. We understand there's different types out there, all walks of life, okay? All of that stuff kind of being wrapped up in a shitty little package, okay? Aside, you need oversight from these companies that are continually wanting more from their consumers that have bought into their ecosystem, okay? You can't release the bullshit anymore. You need to have more controls over your games. And if you are providing that oversight and have been for a while, you need to fucking fire 90% of the people involved in all of that, because they are making some piss poor shit decisions on some of these games that have come out. Okay? Now, you might be saying, SHIßböX, you've rattled a lot of chains, and you sure do ramble and don't make sense a lot. But you also don't... you should be, kind of telling the people a little more about what you want out of Phil Spencer and stuff. Okay. You want to go to the top. Well, Phil Spencer loves games. And we know he loves games because he single-handedly has done a remarkable, stellar job with everything that he's done for Xbox, okay? But where he needs to possibly, and this is up to Phil Spencer, okay? He doesn't have to take his hoodie off and listen to little old SHIßböX, okay? Oh, but SHIßböX, you love all things Xbox. That's right. We do love all things Xbox. And we present you all things Xbox here. Okay? He doesn't have to take his hoodie down and listen to us. Alright? But, if he were to, this is what we would have to say. We're sorry, Phil, don't hit us. No, we're just joking. But, don't hit us for real. That would hurt. Let's stop rattling chains, okay? Let's talk like adult gamers, okay? Well, you suck at the game. No, you're your mom. Oh, hold on, wait. Wrong. Not adult gamers in game chat. We mean like adults. Well, okay. We'll just have a phone call with Phil Spencer in a reenactment with a few liberties and a little conjecture thrown in, okay? So, we'll just, we'll just say that, we'll do that, all right? So, here comes, Phil Spencer laying down the law to everyone, okay? So, he's, he gets to work, and he's like, oh, man, this SHIßböX guy wants to have a talk with me. All right, I'm Phil Spencer. Let me talk to this SHIßböX asshole. So he... All right, SHIßböX, pick up. And then, we're there and such, and we're like, oh, man, we're getting a phone call. Hello, this is SHIßböX. Are you a sponsor? Oh, fuck no. Oh, no, not a sponsor. Tell me what the fuck you wanted to tell me. This is Phil Spencer. Oh, Phil Spencer, sir. Oh, thank you for the marvelous job you've done in saving Xbox. We love Xbox. Yes, everyone loves Xbox. Tell me what you want to tell me. All right, yes, sir, Phil Spencer. Well, you've done a terrific, amazing job, and you did the most perfect approach to all of these games and these studios when you acquired them. They were in development on, processes, man, and they were in development on the games themselves, and they had their ideas, and they had their stuff working out. Get to the fucking point! Oh, yes, sir, Phil Spencer. The point is that now some of those games have released, and man, if there's any oversight on them at all, it sucks ass and needs to be revamped and fucking chopped. Okay? Maybe get Elon Musk in that bitch to fucking come Doja that motherfucker. I see your point. Yes, okay. Maybe we can do that, but I don't know. I will make my own decisions in a due time and process after I take in all of the ideas and facts. Okay, yes, sir. Well, the games definitely need more oversight because a lot of them suck and they're adding some bullshit and they're working with some outside conglomerates and entities that maybe they should not be in the games themselves. Okay, I see your point. I'll take that under advisement. I never want to talk to you again, and your show sucks ass. Oh, well, Phil Spencer, that kind of hurts our feelings. But, I mean, we still love Xbox. So, thanks for letting us know, Phil, that you don't appreciate our show, don't want to sponsor us by, kind of giving us $13,000 for loving Xbox so much. And scene. Okay, so, like we said, that was a little bit of conjecture, a little bit of, liberties maybe possibly taken, okay, with how Phil Spencer would have potentially talked to, us and such, as far as us telling them that these game companies need a little more oversight, all right? But if that conversation had gone on, okay, for a little longer, then it might have gone, a little bit further, okay? And we're not going to reenact all of that, but we will tell you something else that they could really add and kind of vamp up, man, is acquiring some of these smaller indie studios that are working on these titles, okay? That, come out. Your individual game studios, man. Your Domari Games is, all right? All of those, independent studios that can kind of do some work, man. Put out some, little 10, 15-minute play games and such like that, all right? Maybe add them to a small team, a small studio, something like that, all right? But you have some massive, terrific hits, man, that have been created and made by 1 people, 2 people, 3 people, 4. The power of 1, the power of 2, the power of many, right? Just keep it simple. And instead of free reign, all right, start polling, all right? You don't even have to poll. Start, kind of hitting the old wish board and getting some ideas together, all right? Start the brain of storming, okay? And then when you do that, come up with a concept or a unique idea or a vision of a game or title that you want. Instead of letting these folks make it from the ground up in the studio, start telling them the idea of the game and making it from the top down, okay? Then, instead of hiring these outside entities and shit like that, either hire the people in your company and stand by it, or don't, okay? You don't need to hire an outside consultant or an outside consulting firm or an outside consulting group, unless it's us, okay? Because we will gladly take your money for telling you whatever the fuck you want to hear. We're just joking, okay? There is benefits to getting some, outside ideas and input and sources and things like that. However, these game studios and these game companies, some of which have been acquired and have been working on games for a while with little to no oversight and or direct oversight that is saying okay to these decisions and processes and seeing these builds of the games, presumably before they're fucking released at some point. Someone has to bring these games to fucking Phil Spencer's desk, and or Phil Spencer needs to be like, yo, SHI'sböX. Yes, sir, Phil Spencer, we are at your waking beck and call, always and always. Do you have any dirty hoodies you need washed? Fucking, you're a weirdo. No, fuck it, I don't want to talk to you anymore. Damn it, we blew our chance again. But he might have been asking, some opinions on games or things of that nature, all right? Or a little consulting firm. Okay, he's like, hey, I want to consult you on this game, all right? You can consult your SHI'sböXes. You can consult your Sweet Baby Inks, okay? But at some point, you need to hire these motherfuckers for the studio, okay? You cannot rely or pass the blame off to an outside entity for decisions that you are saying okay to in your games. Your final release, your final say, someone had the final word. Someone's in charge. All right? Now, whether it's Phil Spencer, or the person under Phil Spencer, or the person under that person, or the person under that person, let's start. Let's start rattling all sorts of chains, picking all sorts of SHI'sböX. Okay? SHI'sböX, that's a bad idea. You got some pissed off learn to code motherfuckers coming at you. Well, they need to learn how to code because they're fucking up games. And we don't appreciate that. Especially, we'll rattle chains, when we're paying that monthly subscription to Game Pass, right? And the price keeps going up and my games keep going shit. And they keep going fucking, the perks aren't there. So, a couple things can happen to where it can continue and maintain its trajectory and continue to get our attention, our devotion, and our monthly subscription, right? Okay, we're being serious here. They need to start looking at these perks and incentives that they are offering with this subscription service, because it is becoming more and more of a premium subscription service as time has gone on, okay? And as they keep raising these prices, all right? And hey, Phil, there's even a way to make some more money and shit, all right? That we can tell you on the back end. And holy fuck, you'll probably fucking do it. They need to start adding more and more to these services, okay? To where it will rival and act like a Amazon Prime almost, okay? Now, it can't be just their traditional games that you're getting with this Game Pass service anymore, okay? As you're raising the prices, as you're wanting, the quality of the games to maintain on a subpar to mediocre to, one or two decent release basis, all right? You need to start Amazon Priming this motherfucker, all right? We're not saying you need to ship us some shit in, a delivery fashion. No. You need to start adding movies and TV shows to a streamable, peripheral, okay? You need to introduce a Xbox Music, okay? You need to start honing in on the rest of all these grandiose ideas that at one point in time prior to Phil, okay, having the Xbox be the entity that was the media mogul empire and stuff of a Connect and, a $500 purchase and an all-in-one system that was always online and it had TV and Xbox on, okay? You need to start taking some of those fucking features that people maybe are a little more receptible now and implementing that shit into the fucking, Game Passes, because as the subscription service price is going up, and as the quality of the games is, like we said, consistently just what it is, all right? One or two highs, one or two lows, a lot of lows, and a lot of mediocrity, okay? Games that, eventually end up being free on Amazon Prime Gaming, because every month you get free games through them, or Epic gives away games on pretty much a weekly basis, okay? Not to mention games that come out that are free to play in general, okay? At some point it's like, why the fuck are we paying, this subscription to this shit when I'm with Amazon, okay? I get to buy shit from their website, okay? I get to get free fucking games, decent ones, a lot of them, arguably, okay? Yes, they aren't creating them. Yes, they aren't necessarily the studios developing and shit like that. But holy shit, they're contractually working something out with these studios to where they're giving them away to the, people who utilize the service, all right? But you also get Amazon fucking Music. And yes, that service sucks ass now, okay? But you still get it, okay? And you have the Amazon movies and TV, all right? Now, you could be saying, SHI'ßböX, I got a shice bone to pick with you, okay? Xbox Game Pass has given out in perks some free movies and TV shows. We'd be saying, yes, they have, okay? Thank you for season 1 of Naruto and Devil's Rejects around Halloween, okay? Now, we're not saying that's it. They've given out, yes, probably 4 or 5 fucking movies, okay? And a couple series, maybe Bleach season 1, dubbed. Maybe Naruto, a season somewhere or another, okay? Or insert some obscure, anime season here, all right? It's not obscure. There's a lot of fans of that shit. If it's not One Piece, we don't want to fucking hear it. That show is fucking amazing. And, we've seen some Inuyasha and, fucking, a good chunk of them, man. Attack on Titan, all that stuff, man. There's some good ones out there. We're not picking on none of that. Stop trying to distract us. Phil Spencer's changing his hoodie. Quick, start talking about him again. Ah, Phil, we see you over there. We're talking about people making decisions on these things. All right. They can make the decisions to start showing and start picking up these smaller studios and giving them direction to what to make so that they can be like, hey, top-down approach instead of a bottom-up. Okay, we were hands-off for a minute. But you assholes decided to go, out there and either talk to your, SHIßböXes, which told you some stupid fucking idea to put in the game, or your Sweet Baby Inks that told you some stupid fucking idea to put in a game. It can come from anywhere. Some sources a little more likely than the other to, have stupid fucking ideas. It's you, SHIßböX. Look around. Fuck. It doesn't matter. The dumb ideas can come from anywhere. Who needs to not be making those dumb ideas into a reality are the fucking decision makers, all right? And whether it's, like we said, whoever you want to point the fingers to, someone's making the decisions and call. Xbox needs to implement these other changes and these other features to keep up with what they're demanding from their, customers and consumers. All right, we want our TV streaming and our movie streaming now, Phil Spencer. Please add it for us because we feel like we're starting to get a little ripped off. Okay? Yes, we like the day one releases. And sure, Devil's Rejects is a fucking awesome movie, and around Halloween, it fit the bill. Okay? But, a lot of these games kind of fucking suck. They're mediocre. They're already free somewhere else. All right, where's my incentive? Here's your incentive. Here's the new perks this month. A Valorant weapon charm. Oh, for Apex Legends? Wow. Fucking. Oh, man. Some other fucking freemium game? A fucking currency for it? If you get into it, it's a really good fucking game. We're not fucking getting into it. It's not going to incentivize us enough to go out and download one of these gosh darn games because you give us a fucking weapon charm for it. Okay? There's too much shit out there. We're paying too much into this service to get, fucking good shit. I don't need an incentivization to go play some other bullshit. There's enough bullshit on this service. There's enough shit games out there. We don't need more of that. We don't need the prices to keep going up and the quality to maintain a rigid status quo to mediocrity. You demand more from the consumers. We demand more from the product makers. And this is across the board now, too. This goes for your restaurants. This goes for your businesses. All right? You start demanding more from the consumers. Fucking shit. We're going to start demanding more from the businesses. Oh, SHI'sböX, you're rattling chains and picking SHI'sböX with everyone. It's what we do. We want more from these services now. And it's getting to the point where we're going to start really asking very sternly, nicely for them. Please, Phil Spencer, add these other perks and incentives that aren't fucking weapon charms for fucking Apex Legends. Okay? Maybe add a perk like get rid of the fucking perks and add a movie or TV streaming service. Fuck, it could be anything. Here's your back end we told you can make money on, and we know you probably would because you put ads on my fucking home screen. You can have an ad-based fucking revenue that comes in on these TV episodes and movies. Fucking you have enough disposable income to buy the rights to so many TV shows throughout the existence of TV and movies. Okay? Movies too. You can fucking buy the rights to them and just start them on a streaming service. Maybe they don't have the infrastructure for it. Well, maybe they should fucking make it. To keep up with what they're trying to ask the consumers to get out of their service. Because right now all we're getting is a Stalker 2 and an Indiana Jones, and we're fucking $20 in a month for fucking 12 months. All the other good games we love, Brotato, what an awesome ass indie game. The motherfucker's free. On another outlet. It's a terrific fucking game. So buy the people who made it. Buy the studio. You can't buy the people. Oh shit, SHI'sböX. Oh fucking your pixels are all your rattling chains. Buy the studio. Buy the creative entity behind it. Okay. And give them direction. Be like, hey, that was really great. Now we want you to make one like this. All right? And you can poll. You can talk to people. Now you can get your outside, influence. You can call your SHIßböXes. You can call your sweet baby Inksesses. You can call our rival Dreamcast guy, though we don't know why you would, unless you're soliciting information for PlayStation and only PlayStation. Okay, you can call whatever outside entity and you can be like, hey, what do you think people want a game, about or for? Okay? Instead of having these game studios come up with the idea and then having it kind of set and then soliciting some outside consultant firm or company or individual or entity to come in, only to be like, no, you don't do this, or this. That's all fucking dumb. Fuck all that shit up. Flip it upside down. Put it on its head. Spit on it. Hawk Tua and throw it in the trash. Unwad it. Take it out. And then fucking release it to the gamers. It's like, okay, straight to Game Pass. Just tell us you want it straight to Game Pass. And that's what you fucking get. All right? No, do the top-down approach, man. Start, being like, hey, Brotato Studio. Okay, this is just an example. We're just saying that one because we happen to love that game. Terrific game. And we loved it when we found it on Game Pass. And that's one of the awesome things about Game Pass. You can find some amazing titles on there. Phil Spencer did a remarkable job. The direction and everything, okay? But it's time to look back in and maybe start tightening the reins on what you've allowed these studios to go off and do. All right? There needs to be a little more maybe reined in kind of directive and such given, man, or some additional, maybe it comes down to, just the check-in process, man, to make sure that whoever the fuck's running these places aren't too off the beaten path. I don't know what the answer is. We don't know. Okay? But we do know that either you fix shit on that end or you make the service a continually better service. And at this point, the only way to do that, aside from the first thing of fixing the fucking games that are coming out on it to where we're not getting 6 shit games before one decent one, okay, is start incentivizing other aspects to the service. And holy fuck, don't give me another Apex fucking Legends weapon charm. I don't need a fucking weapon charm. It's not even a skin for someone or some shit in the fucking game. It's a fucking little charm on a fucking cosmetic, weapon. Fucking ridiculous. We don't want that. We want a music streaming service, okay? It can be shitty like Amazon's. We want a video or TV streaming service. It can have shitty commercials on it like every single fucking other one that people moved away from when they first wanted subscription services, so they didn't have fucking commercials, only to end up with fucking streaming services and shit that have fucking commercials. Pay extra, motherfucker! We don't have any fucking money to pay extra! They're not gonna pay you! They've seen this episode! Fuck! Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. What does matter is that maybe a couple folks feel like us, okay? Maybe a couple folks out there are like, yeah, they have been raising those prices repetitiously. I have gone through a few of those price increases, and yeah, I got my Devil's Rejects. That was cool, but, I'm not going to watch it every night. What I could do, though, is play some of the games, discover some awesome-ass indie titles that maybe, there was a little panel of people that got together and said, hey, make Brotato, but make the guy look like a little Call of Duty guy, and, do X, Y, and Z, or add X, Y, and Z or something, and make the exact same fucking game. Might be really awesome and shit, and, do some oversight. I don't know. Maybe we should get another consultant in or something, okay? You talk to someone, who cares? It doesn't matter. Then they make that fucking game, man. Maybe someone discovers it, and they're like, okay, yeah, this is pretty awesome, man. Maybe, pretty rad. Have the checks and balances, okay? Have it go up the tier. And I'm not saying to be on over these developers' backs as they're trying to make a game, or be on these studios' backs as they're trying to make a game. But holy shit, until a studio can prove themselves, maybe that's what it is. Maybe you need to have on a approval basis, all right? Maybe some of these studios you've picked up are just too, in actuality shit, or don't maintain or consist the same standard-wise of past personnel that perhaps may have worked there or not, okay? Conjecture, and no particular pointing finger at a studio X, Y, or Z, okay? Maybe, just maybe, they bought these game studios and they just, aren't what they used to be, or aren't really on the inside what they are portrayed to be on the outside, okay? Maybe they had a good release somewhere and shit like that, and it's like, oh man, that was a fucking fluke. Because, man, we got Joey working over here, and he is fucking up the code. He's trying to have sex with all the digital animals. It's like, whoa! Fucking sick, Joey. Game studio shouldn't even be hiring him, okay? SHIßböX, you're fucking weird. What's weird, and here's a SHIßböX, is companies demanding more of my money and not giving me more in return for what I'm getting. I'm getting charged more at the grocery store for smaller amounts and shittier products. I'm getting charged more at a drive-thru for smaller amounts and shittier products, and people don't give a fuck, okay? If you release a shitty sandwich at one McDonald's, okay? McDonald's is perfect. They never ruin anything. That's right, McDonald's. You're perfect. You never ruin anything. Give us money. Okay? You can get a shitty sandwich at a McDonald's and be like, okay, yeah, it's a shitty sandwich at a McDonald's, okay? And maybe you don't go back for a while. Maybe you never go back. Maybe you never went in the first place, okay? Teach his own, whatever. Insert wherever the fuck you get something from here that ended up not living up to expectations, okay? You might go back. With video game, man, there's no real recovery from that. You can patch shit out. You can make your comebacks. You have your rags to riches success stories, man. You have your cyberpunk, ones, your No Man's Skies. You have your titles that have righted the ship. You have your companies that have done that as well. And Xbox was heading on a horrible downward spiral and trajectory until Phil Spencer stepped in and righted the ship. Okay? He single-handedly, whatever his decisions were, whatever calls he made, they fixed the problem that Xbox had. His hands-off approach to these studios was fucking genius and brilliant. He brought these studios on and said, hey, you're under the umbrella, but we're not going to be over your back looking at your fucking code and, riding your undercarriages. All right? We're going to let you do your thing. Okay? Well, some of these game studios and companies are doing their thing. And, it's to the point now where it's not paying off. So you need to start maybe having, kind of awarded basis, man, on this oversight and shit like that. Studios that can prove themselves, on a provable basis to make stuff that's worth playing and shit like that. Maybe gets good feedback, good reviews. All right? Maybe they don't need these outside consultants. You let them do what they want because they're making good shit. All right? Maybe they'll make something bad. But at least they're doing that. What you can't have is these game studios that are making decent things and then intentionally, almost seemingly intentionally, fucking it up by adding a bunch of bullshit. Okay? You take something that could be fun and you make it virtually unplayable, even if it plays. You need that oversight there, man, to control that shit like that on those studios that don't prove themselves, because those motherfuckers need their hand held. And if they can't get right, you fucking get rid of that fucking studio. You close that shit down, and maybe that's what's been happening behind the scenes and stuff. Okay? We don't know. It's all conjecture. It's all entertainment. Then why don't you start entertaining us? Whoa! That's a good idea. Well, we could song and dance and everything like that, man. We could talk about, this, that, and the other. We could tie everything up with a lot of nice little tidbits and bows and pieces and whatever. All right? But we're just saying that maybe, just maybe, it's time to pull the reins in on all the studios, and instead of letting them all fly free, you'll start clipping the wings of the ones that can't fucking fly. Definitely let the other ones continue to soar. But the ones that are shite, the ones that are consistently proving themselves to be, just not beneficial to the service or company, you need to axe, you need to provide more oversight, you need to get more control over what it is, you need to put different people in there, you need to something, all right, on those, because it's getting to the point where we want more and more out of the service, and you can rectify it easily by adding more to the service. Your musics is your streamable TV shows and movies that you can buy the rights to. Okay? You can copy all these things. I wouldn't even say go the free game route like Amazon goes, because you'll probably work it into some aspect, tie into the subscription service like you did with, Xbox Live, Gold, all that shit. That's fine. Ways that you make money, stay a member to be able to access these games, but it's Game Pass with fucking less restrictions here, more restrictions there. All right? Amazon gives you the games. They give you the titles. If you're not a member, you still play them. Presumably, most of them. Doesn't matter. You download them and you got them. There's a lot of changes that could be made. Maybe none of our ideas are worth changing. Okay? Maybe we rattled too many chains. Okay? We're sorry. We're sorry. We're done rattling chains. Okay? It's all opinion. Some opinions might align with ours. Some might not. What it comes down to, though, is the opinion that can't really be argued with. And the point that needs to be made, okay? And that's that Phil Spencer has quite the unique taste in hoodies, and he has some good ones. Okay? That's all we're going to say. And you can't really argue that point because he does have some good hoodies. Okay? So, think about that. Okay? Oh, we'd rather think about that than how much time we wasted on this episode, motherfucker. Whoa! Fair enough. That's it. Get off our lawn.